Dystopia versus utopia. That is our main topic for this month. Tomorrowland is a movie directed by Brad Bird, who has directed films such as The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and the Mission Impossible films, and it stars George Clooney and Britt Robinson. Now you may be asking yourself, what the heck is Tomorrowland? Well, the movie is based on a section in Disneyland, but what about the plot? It's about a teenage girl played by Robinson who finds a pin that leads to Tomorrowland, and that's it. Literally. That's all I got. I can't spoil anything, and the trailers for this movie is so vague, you do not know. But regardless, this movie is still considered to be anticipated because you want to know more about this mystery city. And it's a good thing that trailers like this movie is so vague because it gets people thinking. I mean, if you have a trailer where it feels like you skimmed over the entire movie, then okay, I guess I see the movie now. Just don't disappoint me. So throughout the movie, it feels like an adventure and it makes you feel like a kid again at some point. And the build-up about this place is just wonderful. George Clooney in this movie is the main person in the film, even though Britt Robinson is technically the main character in the film too. Now, in the start of the film, it shows George Clooney as a child, and it shows him how he knows about this place. Then the movie cuts to Britt Robinson and she finds a pin. A whole bunch of freaky things happen, which eventually leads her to Clooney. Both of these people did a really fantastic job with this film. Robertson did a great job portraying an intelligent girl who wants to know what is going on. She takes a lot of risk and you really care about her character. Then you got Clooney, who plays a grumpy person in this movie. Something happens to him when he's a child. So he has all these secrets, and both him and her team up to make the world a better place, to save the world from what's happening, and you feel for Clooney's character because you know what happened. Another great and awesome performance is a girl named Rafi Cassidy. She's just awesome. She's a robot who helps along. Now, as the film proceeds, there's some build-up which gets you really intrigued. One thing happens and another thing happens, and we get to see Tomorrowland a couple of times. And oh man, the visualization of this place is just wonderful. There was one scene where Robertson cruised around Tomorrowland for a short while, and it's just beautiful. The film, however, doesn't really show you enough about the culture of the city, which could have been really nice, but the effects are just fascinating. Then the film proceeds again, and you are more intrigued, and cool things happen. And then the third act comes where things fall down. It's like climbing on top of a very tall roller coaster just to be disappointed with a very short drop. And the third act of the film just throws everything away, which ruined the movie. In this act, we meet our villain, and the rest of the film, the lesson of the movie is just thrown right into your face several times and very preachy. You start to get lost and things are getting convoluted, and it's just an awful mess. I mean, what happened? It was doing so well. And therefore, it doesn't work for the movie, which is a shame because this is a movie which is pretty unique. You don't know much about it. You get into it, it has a lot of potential, but then the third act comes and everything goes flat and throws everything away, like a man throwing his Samsung Galaxy S6 out the window, and it's a total letdown. But hey, it doesn't mean that this movie is terrible. You can still watch it for yourself. It's a pretty mystifying film which teaches a lesson, but becomes messy and incoherent in the final act. Regardless, this is a watchable film and I'm gonna give Tomorrowland 6 pins out of 10. So, that is my review of Tomorrowland. Thank you for watching. More reviews on the way.
You wanted to see Tomorrowland. Here it comes.